If you are a speaker, then chances are you will be what is termed a motivational speaker. But what are you motivating people towards? Generally speaking, you're hoping to make your listeners feel and accept your messages of how to become more successful. Now, this success could take many different avenues, but by and large it's working towards only one thing: making the lives of the listeners happier, making them feel more accomplished, more satisfied with their lot. In other words, you're hoping to make them happier. But we can only give away what we've got. As a speaker, are you happy? Now, this doesn't mean to say that you've got to be happy all the time, laughing and giggling and telling jokes and so forth, and feeling very, very good inside all the time. I doubt anyone feels that. We have this field of consciousness, and within that field of consciousness we have what you might call a field whereby you have extremes: sadness, despair, and at the other end of it, ecstatic happiness. But to be happy, generally, we need a certain level of equanimity so that we're not affected by so many outside things which trigger us, trigger our reactions. We need to become more equanimous. Now, I'm not quite sure where this little conversation that I'm having with myself and hopefully with you is going. But as I said, we can only give away what we've got. Are you happy most of the time? Apparently, we all need balance in our lives: body, mind, and spirit. Our body needs to be fit enough and healthy enough so we can forget about it. Our mind needs to be clear and precise enough in our thinking that we don't worry about whether or not we're going crazy. And of course, the third leg of the tripod is spirituality. And that's the main thing, really. Spirituality. Those big questions which some people never get around to asking all of their life. What am I? Who am I? Is there a purpose to my life? What is that purpose? What happens to me after I die? And all those sorts of things. Now, a lot of people say, I don't want to get into that stuff. And they think, obviously, of religion and religionists and being told what to believe. When you're told what to believe, there's a certain resentment. But when you find out gradually what you believe, it becomes an ever-evolving thing. Never stops. You're always expanding in your beliefs. And along with it, your experiences. After all, experiences are your only truth. Beliefs are often foisted upon us by other people's beliefs. So, as a speaker, are you really coming from the greater depths within yourself? Do you know yourself? Do you understand yourself enough to be able to put that out there to other people so that they want to become or emulate you in this regard? They want to be as happy as you seem to be. Now, if you're a miserable person, you come across as miserable, mean, always complaining and so forth, and that is how you are when you're not on stage, then people will quickly learn what you really like. We need, I believe, to come from our deepest self as much as we can. And our deepest self is not the ego. It's not how we feel about the world. It's what we are in the world. We have to walk our talk, be an exemplar, practice what we preach. And that needs to be based on how we feel about ourselves, what we believe about ourselves, what we understand about ourselves, bringing our deepest understanding to our listeners. That's our duty, I think, as speakers. What's your opinion on the matter?